What's up, everybody? Hashtag 40 Acre Addicts. Joined with my co-host, Henry. It's your man, Steven. It's Sunday. We're awake and been at it about an hour now. Here to talk some college football, talk changes in the CFB world, to offensive linemen, to Dave Aranda interview, etc. It's all going to be brought this morning. Say good morning, Gat.
Good morning, Longhorn Nation, boy. Hope y'all are ready for a good show this morning. Got some excitement.
Yeah, I got a lot to cover.
Yeah.
Very, very eventful offseason, right?
Yep. One of the best off seasons we've had yet. After a 5-7 season.
Yeah, that's for sure. So, we'll go ahead and start with the college football alignment, and then Gat's going to take us into all of our next subjects. And which part of this whole CFP world of change do you want to start at? You want to start with the NIL, that'll probably be easiest, and then we'll jump into all the traditions just being obliterated.
Yeah, it's a new world coming. Yeah. New looks, new everything.
From all of our facilities and all the money we poured into them for the last couple of decades, all that's out the door now. Nobody even cares about that anymore. All that money can and will be used for NIL. Trying to buy everybody. And I mean, it goes all the way to the volunteers, and they're in all this trouble for buying players.
18 violations.
Yeah, and it's legal to do it now.
Yeah, if they'd have just waited.
Just waited a little bit.
A little bit. They might be national champions right now.
Yeah. Yeah, because the Volunteers definitely one of the teams that have been hitting the NIL and the transfer portal like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Right with us and USC, Nebraska, Bama.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, that's for all y'all who weren't there for Big 12. That's got to be one of the creepiest interviews I've ever seen.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Like, stop doing that, bro. Like, what?
Yeah. So, with the traditions being out, basically going to start being out the window. In 10 years, we were talking about it earlier, kids ain't even going to know, Texas Tech and Texas was even a thing. People ain't going to remember Washington versus Washington. Georgia versus Georgia Tech might not even last with Georgia Tech. Probably going to be stuck not finding a power conference. Stanford, Cal. Consider that forgot. I mean, there's just so many rivalries and traditions, and the Buffalo running out at Colorado. Nobody's probably going to care anymore. People are even going to know Colorado exists. Colorado hasn't been a solid program since like the 80s. And when they were relevant, you're talking about nobody who even really watches sports being alive. I mean, there's not a lot of youth that was alive in the 80s.
Much as the recruits today don't know anything about Vince Young and
exactly.
They don't know anything.
So when Colorado can't join a super conference and they're left in the dust, nobody's gonna remember nothing about it. All the traditions, all the award winners, all the Hall of Famers and legends from all these schools that are just gonna be left behind.
Yeah. Tim Tebow said it the best, boy.
Yes, Tim Tebow. And I sent you that video of Tebow.
Long time ago.
And he was complaining about that. And here he is again. Like, I told y'all. He's over there like, sipping that big old I told you cup. Big old cup of I told you so. And he said he hated it because it's ruining college football.
Yeah, kids are no longer going to attend their favorite school they're going to attend where they can make the most money. About the money, and that's what Coach Saban was even talking about. Like, who is in charge? Who y'all going to put in charge of these players that are getting paid this amount of money to watch over them and make sure they remain, on task with what they're already doing. Yeah. Like, that amount of money can make a man go wild. Like, that's wild. If you don't have a head on you.
Go ahead.
If you don't have a head on you like Bijan Robinson or Quinn Ewers, like, you could go crazy with, getting $1 million check for a year. Like, I could.
Hello. Basketball becoming a little bit sooner than later.
Yeah, like, a lot of things come sooner. Like, I don't even have to wait till I get to the NFL to get my Lamborghini. I don't have to wait till the NFL to get my Aston Martin. And if my head ain't on right, things can get twisted real quick.
Matt Brown made a good point as well with saying that kids aren't, in the same term, but kids aren't going to be looking for universities that actually benefit them or close to home and go for a degree that's going to help them for their life, for their career. They're going after this quick money that, as Matt Brown says, a lot of these kids are going to find out the hard way when they get taken advantage of. That this money's going to come and go so quick. They're going to be the hottest thing around for like 2 seasons, get all this money, and when they don't make the NFL and college is over, that money's over, and they're not going to have any career to fall back on because they chose a school due to an NIL contract.
100%. 100%.
A lot of kids are fitting to be hurt. 10, 20 years from now, we're going to see a lot of effects, kind of like that basketball player for the Mavericks. I can't remember his name off the top of the head, but he was a championship winner with them like 12 years ago when the Mavericks won.
Dirk Nowitzki?
No, not the white guy. He's rich. We're talking about people who have.
Oh, the owner.
Huh?
The owner of the Mavericks?
No, let me finish. Look.
Oh, okay.
He is a player of the Mavericks who was part of the championship winning team like 12, 13 years ago. And like 2 years ago, a video went viral of him as a crackhead on the side of the street getting beat up and knocked out by another crackhead.
I remember that story.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. We're going to see a lot of that in the future because of this. Kids not getting that college in and just chasing money. And there's going to be some kids who get broke real quick. They're going to get taken advantage of by all these NIL deals and these agents. These kids don't know how to. They don't know a thing about any of that business. We don't know nothing about that business. We expect an 18-year-old kid to know it. We're grown-ass men and we don't know anything about that stuff.
Yep.
We're now having to learn it because, 3 years ago, this was something only people who cover the NFL would have to know about the agency. But now, yeah, go ahead.
And that's all they have to worry about.
In college, yeah.
And these college kids are having to do it without agents. Well, some agents are bad. I get that, but
that's my whole point. There are agents doing this for them. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, right now in college?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. 3 years ago, if we were doing this podcast covering college, we wouldn't need to know anything about agency. Only someone who would be covering NFL talk would have to know.
Yeah.
We, 3 years here prior now, have to know about agency because that's what all of our players are going through right now in college. Quinn Ewers got an agent. Xavier Worthy got an agent. Bijan Robinson got an agent. It's the same thing as the NFL. But some of these agents, just like in the NFL, with receiver Des Bryant, etc. on Earl Thomas, Ricky Williams. I'm sorry, Ricky Williams. All these players who, when they got to the NFL, didn't know anything about agency and got taken advantage of by their agent. Des Bryant was getting robbed by his agent, and he was a grown man.
Yeah, I remember Ricky's story too. He got robbed.
And a lot of these kids don't know if they're being robbed yet, because this all is fresh. Here in another year or two, some of these kids, and I'm not pointing at Texas, I think we might have a lot more eyes, of course, the eyes of Texas. You know, we're being, everything's being watched, so I'm pretty sure there's
At all times.
Yeah, there's somebody looking out for our players' interests in that term to make sure they're not getting taken advantage of. I'm pretty sure Sarkeesian's got that covered, but not every school is going to be like that. Some schools ain't going to give a fuck what you and your agent do, and if your agent's fucking you, they ain't going to be there to help you.
Like the allegations on USC and Jordan Addison promising X amount of dollars and him showing up to zero. Like,
don't look like Lincoln Riley had your back.
Man.
And he should have knew if he didn't have his own team back on the way to a bowl game and dipped out of town to LA. How far is the East from the West, Cat?
Never ending.
Never ending.
Never ending.
That man every night watches that sun set with his back towards the Southeast Conference. He don't want nothing to do with it down there.
Let's hope he gets off to a good start this year. All right, so let's go back to the Big 12, man. What about OVO not doing any interviews?
And Whittington, that's kind of
weird.
Disrespectful to them, man.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Both of them got great smiles. Like, both of them happy people. And, like, why wouldn't we want them? Yeah. Yeah.
We watch them on Orange Bloods. They're great under the camera.
Yeah, and in person, they're even better. We got the blessedness to meet both of them.
Yeah. And next year, we'll be at Big 12 Media Days, and whoever goes, we'll make sure everybody gets interviewed. Even if it's got to be by us.
Stupid.
You're like, hey, wait till you got an interview yet? He's like, nah, man, come on over here. We got you. Come on over here. We'll interview you. Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
I'll hopefully have a GoPro. I can have somebody carry for me. I have Rachel hold a GoPro for me.
Yep.
Well.
What about Emmanuel Acho getting the Hall of Fame?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. Well deserved. Had to be through Mac's bad years towards the end of his career, so he didn't get to finish his career off a high note. But he was at least part of the Big 12 championship and national championship run with Colt McCoy and the boys in that 09 season. So
yeah, he always did his thing.
Always did his thing, regardless of the record at the end of the year.
Yep. I'm happy to see where he's at now, landing a job with ESPN and Fox and whoever else he's got a job with.
Oh yeah, he making bank.
Yeah, he doing his thing.
Top dogs in sports talk.
So is his brother. His brother's doing his thing too. Hey, that's two successful young men right there, boy.
Yeah, and they both got great smiles.
Man.
Always smiling. Always smiling. I can't remember which one's older. I want to say Sam's younger.
Yes.
And the one who just got the award yesterday is the big brother.
Yes.
Yes. That's what I was thinking.
I think so.
I hope so. Yeah, that's how it looks at least.
Yeah, well, hey, we know they're brothers.
We know they're brothers. You know a brother pair that I don't ever really hear from anymore is Michael Griffin's brother Cedric. Never hear
right?
Him.
True story.
He was older and an actual starter for the national championship game. Michael Griffin got the interception, but he wasn't the first string. He was second string, I believe.
What an interception, though.
Fucking A-Rod.
What an interception. Tiptoe.
Barely.
Sick.
Absolutely, that was sick, man. So, what's our next topic yet?
I mean, we got a couple left. The award watch list. We got a lot of players on the awards watch list.
That's a good thing, man. We ain't had that in 2 seasons. But the last time we had it, there was a lot of false predictions because none of them boys ended up balling out the way they should have.
When has anybody that's interviewing a Texas player asked them if they were going to put up 50 points a game this year? How long has it been since we've been asked that? I don't even think during Vince Young's days we were asked that question. I honestly don't believe us being asked that question. And not only is our offense being asked that question, our defensive players are being asked that question also. Like, how scary good is this offense really going to be? We've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I would like one of them to actually give us a straight answer, too, when they're being asked. I mean, but I'm not, just jumping on the gun on this, and saying that they are answering. But I want a damn number, man. Give me a number. Tell me 74 or 63. Don't just say, yeah, we'll score something like that. Just give me a number, man. We want to know a number.
Yeah, what are y'all shooting for this year, man? Come on. I know y'all trying to break records.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I don't want to see any let off on any of these games. Like, even when you're bringing the backups in and we're winning by 30, 40 points, give them backups some same plays. Let them backups bomb it too. Let's keep putting the numbers in. Because, heck, we might see some players we didn't know could do some things. Because usually when they bring in the second teams, they're always kind of very conservative. Try to run a lot of time.
Not with our backups.
Yeah. I want to see some guys do some things when the backups are in there.
Our backups are going deep.
Make it so that Hudson Card has a really good trying to think of the darn word right now, criteria. Give him a damn good
statistics grading.
So when he goes, they can be like, oh, well, I looked at your tape when you came to back up Quinn, and you look pretty damn good.
Mm-hmm.
You was throwing 70-yard bombs, too.
Mm-hmm. To back up wide receivers.
Receivers look like Blitnick, kick off, award. I had to do it.
Blitnikoff. 4 syllables. Blitnikoff.
The Blitnick.
What in the world is going on? What is going on?
Blitnikoff Award. Yes. Next season, I will have it down. If Tam Worthy wins that mofo or Nayer wins it, I'll have the word down. I promise y'all. Another reason to like and subscribe and keep watching. If McCraw is ever going to get it right.
All right, so
before we do change subjects, I am going to drop in that segment we just laughed 3-4 seconds ago, and I'm going to put right here across the screen, Blitnikoff, just the way you spelt it, so everybody can see how hard you're trying to teach me this word. Like, you had to misspell it and put it in 4 syllables. How do you say?
4 little words. To get the one word. Hey, I'm trying. My daddy was an English teacher, not me.
Got it. Blitnikoff.
There you go.
It's a Blitnikoff. Blitnikoff.
There you go.
Blitnikoff Award. Yep, we got it. I'll forget it by tomorrow.
Okay, so the Blitnikoff Award, we got Worley and Isaiah Nayer, 2 receivers up for that award. And then we go to the tight end room, the John Mackey Award.
Got that big O on the chest.
Got the big O, got the Superman O, JT Sanders. Let's get it.
He ain't even had to play no ball, and he's on a damn award watch list. What does that tell you about what he's doing in practice?
That one-handed catch in high school. That one-handed catch. And then running back room, we got Bajan and Roshan up for the Dope Walker Award.
So glad they gave Roshan his respect on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Show that he is not a backup. He's a backup for us, but it's under a really crazy, of course,
circumstance.
But in the NFL, they're already predicting him and Bajan going in the first round. They said Roshan could possibly be a second or third rounder, but there's a chance for him to go in the first round. And I guarantee you, whoever picks Roshan Johnson up, he starts for it. He won't. When he gets to the NFL, he won't be having to back up anymore. He will serve his time doing that.
Yeah, let's hope so.
In a perfect season for our running back room, I would love nothing more than to see Bijan Robinson split his statistics up into where it's not all majority rushing and get a lot of receiving in there with a lot of screen passes, and him win the Heisman, and Roshan stick more to the run game and take the Dope Walker Award. That would be a dream running back room scenario in my eyes. Them splitting it up and one taking the Heisman and the other take the Dope Walker. That way they can both at least, I mean, they deserve it. Roshan does not deserve to be treated with any more respect than as a starter. I consider it we have two starters in the running back.
Yeah, absolutely.
That man ain't no backup. Even though he is backup, he ain't a backup.
Mm-hmm. That's a leader right there, on and off the field.
You know, me and you got to see him shout out to us when he was leaving DKR.
Yeah.
Little did we know that man was going to be the team captain. We should have knew by the way he was acting then.
Freshman year, man.
Freshman year, hype.
End zone completely under construction, completely dirt.
Not a
and yellow tape.
In Memphis.
Yeah, what I remember like it was yesterday. And then we got Bajan up for the Heisman.
Woo. We already know that's almost a guaranteed win unless they keep that bubble suit on him for certain games and take him out if they're getting worried about his health. That's kind of what happened a lot last year, you know. And plus, you can't stay in the conversation if you're losing every week.
Yeah.
That's what happened with Deontay Foreman not winning the Heisman because he won the Dope Walker, but they barely gave him that because of how bad of a 5-7 season we had. We would have had a 10-2 season. Deontay Foreman would have walked away with the Heisman.
Probably. Oh, when we're forgetting Maxwell Award.
Maxwell,
Bajan and Xavier.
Yeah.
Up for that one too. So that's 1, 2, 3, 5 awards on offense we have players up for. That hadn't happened in a minute. Not that I can remember.
It happened, I want to say for sure, I know it happened the 2018 season. We got, I remember Brecken Hager was on a list, and that man, all due respect, we love the man. He played some great ball for Texas, but he did not need to be on any award watch list. Maybe after that sophomore season, but other than that sophomore season, he really didn't accomplish a whole lot, other than having good hair.
Damn good Goldilocks.
Damn good hair.
Damn it, boy.
The best personality of any Longhorn to this day that I've ever met. Of all the Longhorns, still the most outgoing personality.
Yeah, I was going to say, he could have been on the award list for loving the Longhorns the most. Most Longhorn pride.
Yeah. Him and Sam is what?
That boy wasn't going to win a race, though.
No. He the definition of a blonde Goldilocks Bobby Boucher.
Whoo!
Coach! Sorry. Damn, when you calm down. Herman probably a little intimidated by that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go retard strength on me. Start wailing.
All right, so our last little topic will be the offensive line recruits in the last 2 seasons. We've got 12. 12 in 2 seasons. And I'm sure if you did the weight, it's going to be like 2 tons.
Small dozer.
Yeah. Biggest human beings we could have ever got. I shook Sam Cosmi's hand, and I don't think he's as big as these boys are at all. But I'm ready. I'm ready to shake Cam Williams' hand.
The links down below and go check them out. We have pictures with them, and I stand to that man. My head is at that man's waistline. It is a tall man, and for these boys to be bigger than him, I mean, what's our average right now? I want to say it's like our average size is like 6'5", 6'6". I'd say 6'5" and a half, and probably
340.
Yeah, about 340 is our average size for lineman right now.
That's insane. That's gonna win you championships right there.
That shit got me.
If you get the defense matched up with that, come on, man.
Look, I got my own little fantasy lead in my little college game. I done went that motherfucker and then started cutting motherfuckers left and right. You ain't big enough. You ain't, get the fuck out of here. You ain't big enough. Started replacing everybody with 6'6", 350 size linemen, and instantly started noticing the difference. And that's on a virtual reality video game.
Yep.
Imagine what these boys are going to do in real life. That bigness makes a difference. You can't get through if you're running into a wall of men. We ain't going to be able to have no Kyler Murray quarterbacks, damn sure.
Oh, no, it's too short.
Yeah.
He's going to be throwing at people's backs.
Everybody got to be tall like a Manning.
Or Malik.
Yep, 6'6".
Malik's the actual one that can see over them.
Yeah.
Manning's not going to be able to see completely over them, but he's going to have a better view than most. Malik, though, he stands up there with them.
Can you imagine how funny our offensive line is going to look this year? I almost got my lights on.
Funny? I imagine how dominating it's going to look in the next 3 seasons.
You let me finish. I want to say how funny this offensive line is going to look this year because you got left tackles and left guards that are supersized human beings, and you got this tiny little center in Jake Majors. I love you, Majors, but you're like 6'1", 6'2". You probably
like really?
280. I'd probably guess on his weight. Let's look it up real quick. But that's a small man. We're gonna be running a whole lot of slots and passes down the middle.
(6'3", 310).
Mine says 300. But 6'3" ain't too short. That's not bad. He's 300 marker.
Yeah, he's not that little.
And centers can be the and typically are the smallest on the line because they have to be the most athletic out of the line.
Yeah.
They really got the most responsibility of the line too.
Yeah, they hold the middle.
Yeah, they're
that's what keeps you together. If the cheese ain't melted in the grilled cheese, what happens?
What Leonidas say? One single weak spot and the whole thing shatters.
Yep.
The whole thing shatters. Every single spot has to be solid.
Yep.
You can't have any weak points.
The only way you're fighting with us is if we catapult you like a bowling ball towards their army. Yeah, man, but shoot, I think we covered everything there.
We need for this Sunday. What is it?
Yeah, I need another cup of coffee.
Yeah. What's today? The 24th. Darn. We are so close, yet. We is so close. The 24th of July.
Yeah. Longhorn fans, get your tickets if you ain't got them yet.
My stepson's starting school on the 4th of August, I think.
The 4th?
Yes. I was like, where in the hell? That's why they're getting the Fridays off.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
They kind of turn it into China, where you go to school all year long, but you just got a bigger weekend.
Yeah, actually, that helps out parents a lot. I think twice.
Yeah,
breakfast and lunch.
Summertime, that'd be hurting.
My kids at home right now are averaging eating about 8-9 times a day. In my pocket, killing it. Like, I need you to have the same energy that you had at school at home. Like, you can go all day at school with 2 meals and still, work your mind, work your body in sports and all that stuff. But when you get home all day during summer, you got to eat 12 times a day. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
You're bored.
I can't stand having me a bag of chips, big old bag of chips, walk in the living room, and one of them kids has already got their hands in it, and they're digging out the last bit of crumbs because they didn't sat there and ate that whole bag of chips in one setting. That is not what that bag of chips was for. That was for all of us. That was for all of us. That was not a meal. A meal in a bag. Them kids look at the bags of chips like it's a meal in a bag. It's not a meal in a bag. You know how bad your cholesterol is hurting right now? Your blood is...
No, they don't have a clue.
Their blood is so damn thick right now, it's screaming for help. It's over there just pressured up like a pimple up in the pot. Veins are just bulging out and they don't even realize it.
That's terrible.
That's like taking that much salt out of a salt bottle and just shooting it. But yeah, that's why we old. We know these things.
Yeah.
But we about out of here, y'all. Like, subscribe, hit the notification button, do all them great things, help our channel out, make us super, 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 super big. Make us the best channel on YouTube. Make us the show. We want to be everybody tuning in every week. Y'all know what to do. Hit them buttons. We up out of here. Love y'all, Longhorn Nation.